Yes, you. I can see it in your shoulders. The weight of the day. Work throws everything at you. Like a wave trying to knock you down. But you, my love, you're a rock. You stand strong. You weather the storm. But even rocks need a little rest. So, let's forget about the emails and deadlines for a while. Dinner's almost ready, and it smells like victory, wouldn't you say? You accomplish incredible things every day, even the small stuff. The battles you fight that no one sees, they matter. They make a difference. And the way you handle those challenges, with such grit and determination, inspires me more than you know. The world out there can be tough, but this house, this is our sanctuary, a place to unwind, to recharge, to be reminded of the things that truly matter. And you, my love, are at the heart of it all, so take a deep breath and let go of the stress. We'll face it all together, one day at a time. Because you're not just strong, you're also incredibly loved. And with that love, you can conquer anything. This episode is dedicated to you. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Let's dream away. The city lights bleed a hazy orange through the gaps in the curtains, painting the room with a warm, sleepy glow. You shift beside me, a low murmur escaping your lips. I smile at the sound of a comforting rumble in the quiet. It's been a long day, the stress clinging to you like a second skin. But here in the sanctuary of our bedroom, it all falls away. I watch you, the rise and fall of your chest, with each breath a calming rhythm. My fingers itch to trace the line of your jaw, the way it hardens when you concentrate. But I resist, letting you drift deeper into sleep. There's something mesmerizing about watching a man sleep. It's a vulnerability they rarely show, a glimpse of the raw you beneath the confident exterior. It makes you all the more captivating to me. This powerful, capable being surrendering to the night. A memory surfaces, a stolen moment from earlier. The way your eyes held mine across the crowded room. A spark igniting between us even before we spoke. The husky quality of your voice when you introduced yourself. The warmth of your touch as you led me out onto the balcony for a breath of fresh air. We talked for hours, or maybe it was minutes. Time losing all meaning as we connected on a level that surprised even me. Witty banter morphed into shared dreams. Fears whispered in the cool night air. There was a spark, a simmering intensity that promised more. Back in the present, I can still feel the phantom heat of your hand brushing against mine as we danced, the teasing anticipation that hung heavy in the air. Then came the kiss, stolen under the pretense of a whispered secret, a collision of warmth and electricity that left me breathless. Now as you sleep, I relive it all, the way your laughter crinkled the corners of your eyes, the touch of your hand sending shivers down my spine. I yearn to feel it again, that connection that transcended words. But for now, I settle for watching you. This Queet's intimacy is a precious gift. I slide closer, letting the warmth of your body envelop me. My fingers graze your arm, testing the waters. You stir slightly, then murmur something unintelligible before relaxing back into sleep. A soft sigh escapes my lips. I reach for the bedside lamp, dimming it to a gentle glow. The room falls into a deeper hush, the only sounds of your slow breathing and the rhythmic pitter-patter of rain against the window. I trace idle patterns on your chest, the rise and fall with each breath sending a calming tremor through me. The tension from the day melts away, replaced by a deep sense of peace. This, right here with you beside me, is pure magic. Maybe it's naive, the way I feel a connection building so quickly. But there's something about you, a strength mixed with a gentleness that ignites a fire in my soul. I want to know you, all of you, the confident exterior, the vulnerabilities hidden beneath the surface. My gaze drifts to the bookshelf across the room. I know it's silly, the way I noticed your love for well-worn novels and poetry collections during our conversation. But it's these little details that make you all the more intriguing. It tells a story, a glimpse into the man behind the smile. I close my eyes, picturing us curled up on the couch on a lazy Sunday afternoon, a mug of steaming coffee in hand, lost in the pages of a book. The image sends a shiver of anticipation down my spine. The rain outside starts to ease, a gentle patter replacing the earlier downpour. I snuggle closer, letting my head rest on your chest. The rhythmic thump of your heartbeat is a lullaby, slowly lulling me towards sleep. But before I completely surrender to the pull of drowsiness, I whisper into the quiet, "Thank you for tonight." Maybe you won't hear it, but the words are meant for both of us. Thank you for making me feel alive again, and for showing me the spark of connection even after all this time. Sleep finally claims me, carrying me away with dreams filled with your touch, your smile, and the promise of something new, something exciting. As I drift off, a sleepy smile graces my lips. This might just be the beginning of a beautiful story. The scent of sizzling onions fills the air, a warm welcome that hopefully cuts through the exhaustion clinging to you like sweat. Today was a scorcher, the kind that turns asphalt into a shimmering mirage and makes even the birds retreat to the shade. I hum along to the radio, the cheerful melody a stark contrast to the ache already blooming in your lower back. The potatoes gurgle in their pot, a familiar rhythm accompanying the tick-tock of the clock. 6 o'clock, almost your time. I set the table, a mismatched collection of hand-me-downs, but filled with love nonetheless. The little plastic cars Sarah decorated with glitter line up next to Thomas the Tank Engine, reminders of the tiny people who complete this crazy, beautiful life we've built. The crunch of gravel in the driveway brings a smile to my face. I peek out the window, watching you through the sheer curtains. You move slowly, boots heavy, shoulders slumped. The work never seems to end, does it? Even from here, the dust paints your hair a dull gray, and the grime clings to the lines etched deep on your forehead. But beneath the wear and tear, I see the man I fell in love with. Strong on the outside, a little rough around the edges perhaps, but with a soft, yielding heart. The back door creaks open and you appear, a tired sigh escaping your lips. "Hey, beautiful," you mumble, voice rough. You manage a smile, a ghost of the playful grin I know hides under the exhaustion. "Hey yourself, honey," I reply, warmth flooding my chest. "Rough day?" It's a stupid question, really. There's never an easy day when you break your back building other people's dreams. You shrug, kicking your boots off at the designated spot near the door. Just another brick in the wall, right? Your voice is laced with a wry humor that makes me smile. I step forward, wrapping my arms around your broad back. You stiffen for a moment, surprised, then melt into my embrace. "Let me help you with your shirt," I murmur, already reaching for the dusty fabric. The familiar worn cotton feels cool against my skin. The kitchen table beckons. You collapse into your seat, a groan escaping your lips. Sarah and Michael erupt in a chorus of "Daddy," scrambling over to climb into your lap. You scoop them both in a fierce hug, ignoring the way it probably strains your already protesting muscles. As I dish up the food, I can practically hear the knot in your shoulders releasing. I pile your plate high, mashed potatoes, crispy fried chicken, and a mountain of steamed vegetables. You need your strength. Dinner is a symphony of chatter and clatter. Sarah spills her juice. Michael insists on telling a story about a talking dog in a pirate hat. And you patiently listen, a tired but loving smile playing on your lips. It's these moments, these messy, chaotic, beautiful moments, that make it all worth it. After the kids devour their food, chasing each other around the kitchen like giggling tornadoes, I usher them upstairs for bath time. The silence that descends is weighty, yet comforting. You lean back in your chair, eyes closed, and I watch you. The exhaustion lines my heart aches for. You deserve a massage, I say softly. You crack open an eye, a flicker of surprise crossing your face. I'm fine, really, you mumble, but I see the flicker of longing in your gaze. Come on, I urge, standing up and taking your hand. You allow yourself to be led to the living room, where I pull out the oil and light some lavender-scented candles. As I knead the tension from your back, you groan in delicious relief. You have magic in your fingers, you murmur, eyes closed. Just a little, I tease, letting my thumb trace soothing circles over the knots in your shoulders. Silence settles again, except for the rhythmic sound of my fingers against your skin and the quiet crackling of the candles. When I finish, you sit up, a new kind of light in your eyes. It's a spark I haven't seen all day, a spark only I can ignite. We lock eyes, and a silent conversation passes between us. This tired shell you wear fades away, revealing the man underneath, the man I yearn for. Come here, I whisper, pulling you close. You respond instantly, your arms wrapping around me like a familiar haven. The kiss is slow, filled with the unspoken language of our love, a language forged in years of shared experiences, quiet nights, and whispered dreams. We move together, a slow, sensual dance, fueled by the unspoken promises in each other's eyes. You undress me with a reverence that takes my breath away, each piece of clothing discarded like another layer of fatigue. The silence in the living room was the kind that screamed. No raised voices, no accusations flung, just a heavy, suffocating quiet that settled between us like dust motes in a sunbeam. It was worse than the yelling somehow. We were a record on repeat, a broken melody of you never and I always. You worked late again, the glow of your laptop a beacon in the growing darkness, while dinner sat congealing on the stove. My frustration, a simmering pot that finally boiled over, met with your tired sigh and a mumbled excuse about deadlines. It wasn't always like this. I remember the early days, a whirlwind of stolen kisses and shared dreams. You, with your messy hair and infectious laughter, had swept me off my feet. We were explorers in a world built for two, navigating life's highs and lows, hand in hand. But somewhere along the way the laughter faded, replaced by the relentless rhythm of everyday life. We both carried burdens, unspoken and heavy, that chipped away at the foundation of our love. We became roommates, sharing a space, not partners sharing a life. The suggestion of couples counseling came from a well-meaning friend. You scoffed at first, a flicker of resentment in your eyes, as if admitting to needing help was a sign of weakness. But the truth was, we were both drowning, grasping for air in a sea of our own making. The therapist's office was a sterile space filled with pastel paintings and uncomfortable chairs. We sat across from a woman with an unwavering gaze and a gentle smile. At first, it was a litany of grievances, accusations tossed back and forth like hot potatoes. But slowly, under her guidance, a different narrative began to emerge. We weren't just angry, we were hurting. You, buried under work pressure, felt unappreciated. Me, yearning for connection, feeling lost in the echo of my own voice. We learned to listen, not just to the words, but to the unspoken needs behind them. The sessions were a slog, filled with tears and raw emotions. We unpacked baggage, unearthed old hurts, and learned to communicate in a way we hadn't before. It wasn't easy, but with each session, a tiny spark of hope flickered. One evening, we walked home from the therapist's office, hand in hand, an unfamiliar gesture after months of emotional distance. The silence felt different this time, not suffocating, but pregnant with a newfound understanding. We didn't magically become the carefree couple from our youth. Life still threw curveballs, and old patterns threatened to resurface. But now we had tools to navigate them. We learned to apologize without blame, to listen without judgment, and most importantly, to remember the love that had built our life together. The night we realized things had truly shifted was unexpected. We were sorting through old boxes in the attic, rediscovering pieces of our past. A dusty photo album slipped from your grasp, spilling memories onto the floor. There we were, younger, brighter, our eyes sparkling with the audacity of young love. Laughter erupted as we reminisced about our first date, a clumsy attempt at salsa dancing that ended with bruised feet and a shared sundae. Suddenly, a slow song started playing. Downstairs, a melody from our college days. We looked at each other, a silent invitation hanging in the air. With a hesitant smile, you held out your hand. I took it, feeling a warmth spread through me. We shuffled downstairs, the creaky floorboards a familiar rhythm under our feet. You held me close, your hands gentle on my back. We swayed to the music, a little awkward at first, then finding our rhythm. It wasn't the salsa dancing of our youth, but something more intimate, a dance of rediscovery. In that moment, surrounded by the ghosts of memories and the promise of a new beginning, I knew we wouldn't just survive, we would thrive. We might have been on the brink, but love, like a tenacious vine, had found a way to grow stronger, weaving a new path forward together. The song ended, and we stood there, foreheads touching, breathing in the quiet comfort of each other's presence. You leaned in, your lips brushing against mine in a soft kiss, a promise whispered on the exhale. We weren't perfect, but we were a work in progress, a tapestry woven with threads of love, resilience, and the unwavering belief that sometimes the greatest love stories are the ones fought for and rewritten.